This is a HeadGum podcast.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like, to check that the painting in your hotel room doesn't have a secret message stashed behind the frame from one of your favorite podcast hosts.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Cheers.
Welcome to the Handsome
Pod.
Pod. We're Tig and Fortune.
And we're joined by
May Martin.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, Fortune, as I look at your beautiful, handsome t-shirt, I realize I left all of my merchandise in Nashville.
No.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Well,
so
dang.
bummed.
Where did you leave it?
In Nashville.
In a garbage can.
In the theater, the hotel?
I guess in the theater. Yeah. I think I left it backstage.
It looks great on you, Fortune. It looks great.
Look, I'm wearing us on my shirt.
Mm-hmm. Thomas, is there a way I can still get merchandise?
Oh, yeah, we can send you some.
That's
sure.
what I like to hear.
Look at that. Well, I'm wearing this, you guys, because today is a very, very special episode in the
Why is
Handsome
that?
podcast. Well, my friend, today we are celebrating our 100th episode.
What?
Can you
What?
believe it?
That's insanity.
Wild. I
Pure
thought we weren't going to
insanity.
make it past that first April, remember?
No.
First April. We're at 2 years in.
We've made it past 2 Aprils.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys.
And we're on shirts.
It's one of my longest, healthiest relationships.
I know. and I feel like we just keep getting stronger and better, and our communications improved. And
Yes. Did we have
shared
bad
feelings.
communication?
Well, we communicate a lot now,
Yeah.
more than we did 2 years ago.
That's
We're-
true.
We would be good candidates now if we wanted to try a triad in our lives, because we're really good now at like a 3-way relationship, I think.
Wait, what is a triad? It's a
Thruple.
threesome? A thruple.
Yeah.
That's what a triad is?
Yeah, a triad.
What about a triathlon?
That's something else.
We
That's
could
three-
each take on one different part of the athlon.
Is
That
there
is definitely different than a thruple.
in a what's a triathlon again? Biking, swimming, running?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all
I
cardio.
don't want to do any of them.
No, can I lift a little weight instead?
You won't be in a triathlon, but you sure can.
You can do, you can stand around and flex.
I think you would prefer to be in a thruple than a triathlon.
Are you surprised by how I mean, I'm surprised by, not that I didn't know it would be great, this podcast, but it's become so big and beautiful. And
Yes.
what a community.
When
we built.
right when I think that it's not as popular or big, then I go somewhere else, and then I don't know. I'm shocked I guess that's all I'm saying. I'm shocked every
Yeah.
time. I'm shocked that people listen, who listens, and what they get out of it, the different
Yeah.
ages, the demographics, all of it. I'm just like, oh my Lord, it's such a fun treat to unwrap each time.
And how well everybody knows us now. Like because in 2 years we've all been through life changes and talked about it, and it really is like, I feel like people really know us. It's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you guys a lot better.
Yeah.
For sure. Because when we started this, all of us were friends, but there were a lot of things we didn't know about each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And we've had some giggly times. We've had hard times. We've had really hard times.
Yeah.
And then we've giggled again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
always comes back to the giggles, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yes.
And then
it's-
we giggled again.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting opening too. What have we learned about each other that is
Ooh.
surprising?
Oh, good question.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Because I would say it's a lot of it is surprising because the podcast was built on, hey, we're all friends in the comedy world, but we don't know each other deeply well. But
Yeah.
we've enjoyed running into each other in the comedy scene. And so we've certainly gotten to know each other's, highs, lows, quirks, and
Mhm.
all of those
Yeah.
things.
I'm just
So
trying to
what
think
is surprising?
what jumps out for me is like, well, we all have our, you have your kind of stage persona or whatever. And I guess I always like Fortune. I would say you're so bubbly and self-deprecating and stuff, but I've it's been wonderful to also meet this like warrior inside you. Like you are also a very confident, very astute, very driven person, and so that's been cool. Like it's, you know what I mean?
Aw.
And then Tig, conversely, who, you have a high
Not driven.
status. Yeah, Tig, conversely, you're just sitting around. You're insecure, not driven. No, you're there's like a real softness and sweetness that, I mean, I did know, I obviously knew that was there, but like there's a self-deprecating soft sweetness there as well. So I guess it's just the different shades of ourselves that
Mhm.
I've, that we're three-dimensional people, I guess.
Yeah.
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 And so what did you think was the one-dimensional part of us?
Well, like I guess, yeah, like Fortune, like self-deprecation
Like a
and
goofball.
yeah, and you're kind of dry wit and yeah, and so it's been nice. Yeah. What'd you guys learn about me?
Well, you have such a curiosity about things, and
Mhm.
you're harder on yourself than I would have ever guessed.
Oh,
Because I you when I met you, you seemed so confident, and you are confident, but as we've gotten to know you more, you like
riddled with
yeah, and
insecurities.
but I do feel like I've seen like a more mature side of you in the last 2 years. It feels like you've sort of uh gotten to know yourself better and are more comfortable in your skin. And so you're starting to be more confident in as you should. And I've enjoyed seeing a transformation in you where yeah, it just feels like you are coming into your own, which I really like seeing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I can I can I concur. I also, and this is not at all me thinking that marriage and kids or any of that kind of way of life is for everybody, but I have found it really interesting to see you, May, who, I mean, let's be honest, we all know that you can triathlon all over the place, if you know what I mean. But it feels like in your curiosity and your different paths and journeys and dating and all of that, that I think you've surprised yourself at what you're actually interested in and
Yeah,
what you might want in life.
yeah.
And I think is also still unfolding, which of course it's unfolding for all of us. But it's been really an interesting thing to watch with you. And also Stephanie and I were talking the other day about this side of you, that not that I was just talking about, but I guess it goes into the curiosity category, but that you really are an artist that is creating and writing and searching and
I
you
want to
just,
cry.
but
That's
it's
so nice.
but this is a business where people can just start churning things out just for the sake of churning things out, and of course you're churning things out, but you do seem to be thoughtful and doing it for artistic reasons, and that you have so much to say and express, and it comes through in writing TV shows or improv or comedy or music now, and But
That's
yeah,
so nice. That is actually kind of a recent, like I feel like really in the past year I've been like feeling not as constrained by like what medium it takes and being like, yeah, I'll try doing a painting, like and finding it really rewarding. Yeah, that's
well,
so
yeah,
nice.
that's the other thing is like your paintings that you've been doing. There's so many different ways that you're expressing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I just yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. And then I'm also always intrigued by your how you just blow to shreds what people might expect from somebody who looks like you or presents in whatever way. And you just have a it's a confidence and a security in your body and your feelings and attractions, and
Ah,
that's another way of expressing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, and it's really an interesting side of you.
this is we can end the episode here. This
Our
is
little cowboys
that
growing
is
up.
that is so nice. That is so nice. But well, you can so easily tell yourself stories about who you are, especially
Mhm.
if in our jobs, like we're narrativizing our own identity so much, and then people are then further boiling it down to write about you and your work
Mhm.
and putting stuff on you. So yeah, it's been nice to yeah, like I always was like I'm bad at relationships, or I'm like I'm not good at monogamy and things like that, and now I'm like nah, yeah, it's situational, and yeah, I can really show up for for people sometimes.
Mm-hmm. You can. I think you did get in the habit, I saw early on with you of you telling yourself you could or couldn't do things
Yeah,
and believing that. And I think you're getting away from that,
yeah.
which you
Mhm.
should, because, I think, like Tig said, you are surprising yourself.
Mhm.
Ah, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's really really cool. I had a friend. I mean, I guess I still consider her a friend. I just haven't seen her probably in decades, but she was very similar in that, like, man, she could write any type. She. I remember she put out an album of instrumental surf punk Sade covers.
What?
Yeah, like she was so, and she would write plays and musicals. She's in like a heavy metal goth band now. She's just she has so much to express, and it's just pouring out of her. And I
Yeah,
wonder if you should meet her. But anyway,
but
um
also like not it, trying not to get hung up on like what will sell or what do people want from me
yeah.
next, but like
Mhm.
what do I actually feel called to write, or yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
for
but you knew Fortune better than you knew me before probably. So what surprised you about old Fortune Marie?
I mean, I guess I did, but I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I
super
feel like
well.
we were in each other's orbits very loosely for a decade or more, 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
something. But it was really, I mean, I could say I actually feel like I maybe knew you better because you were working with Stephanie, doing those
Mm-hmm.
shows at the, doing improv together. And so I feel like it was almost an even amount of knowledge of each other.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I think with Fortune, what has really surprised me is the gosh, here this
Are you gonna
because
cry? I'm gonna
no,
cry.
no, I'm not going to
Okay.
cry. I'm not going to
Okay.
cry. It's not that kind of thing at all. It's
Oh,
more
okay.
Like, this
like
is not that deep.
no, it's more on the heels of like, yeah, like when you were describing yourself as a goofball, you are a very business-minded person. And this might just be the person in me that's not very educated, but I'm always like, gosh, Fortune Fortune went to school. Fortune knows stuff. Wow. Like, and not that I thought that you were like some dumbass,
Right.
but like, but you can bring things to a very serious, grounded conversation, whether it's I mean, it's not like we sit around and we talk seriously about history, but I
Mhm.
feel like you have that wealth of knowledge as much as you, but also an understanding I have of you, of your upbringing and how the instability in your family that you wanted to right for
Mhm.
yourself. And I think that's what's so just so fascinating about getting to know people, and like how what just when you understand people better and you're like, oh, they're not actually who I thought they were.
Yeah.
And then also seeing you right now, I did not, and I hope it's not offensive, but I did not see you um, rising up from the ashes in the way that you have. And it's really remarkable. And it
Aw.
does give me chills right now because you have been dealt a heavy load and a hard load. And I'm pretty floored. I'm
Yeah.
pretty floored.
And excited.
Aw,
I'm
thanks.
floored. Yeah, I'm floored and I'm excited.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check that your hand is free of coconut lotion and other products before shaking hands with someone with a coconut allergy. You'd be surprised.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's the summer and you want a simple makeup look, just a nice refresh without going full glam. A lot of the times I'll just do like a nice light tinted lip balm and I'll be good to go. Thrive Cosmetics. It's your go to for a simple, clean, and radiant summer look, minimal effort, maximum impact. Their products are all 100% vegan, cruelty free, and made with clean, skin loving ingredients.
Another thing that I personally love about Thrive Cosmetics is that they give back to the community. Every time you use their products, you're not just enhancing your glow, you're helping others shine as well. They've given over $150 million in product and cash to over 600 giving partners. May I suggest Thrive's Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara? It's got over 40,000 five-star reviews. It's sweat-proof for the summer. It slides right off with warm water without removing your natural lashes.
Maximize your look with minimal effort. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/handsome for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/handsome.
Because there's so many. Are you familiar with, aside from like the obvious, like stoicism?
Yeah.
Like that idea of that
Mhm.
theory of stoicism? Like it's something that I try to follow. And it's not to be misunderstood as to be you're just stoic and that you don't have feelings, but it's like you have control over how you're going to handle what's handed to you. You can make a decision
Mhm.
how this is going to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have really um shown that.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
The rivers run deep
That
with
means a
with all
lot.
of us. And you're right, like you meet someone and you meet them where they're at in the moment, and then there's
Mhm.
you really can only know someone when you understand where they came from and their childhood and their teens, and it's rare to have 2 years of talking about that stuff
Yeah.
with in concentrated amounts of time.
And you're talking about it on a podcast, but then you're also having a side conversation,
Mhm.
or,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, this is happening, or hey, here's what's up, and
Yeah.
how are we going to deal with this, and how are we going
Yeah.
to handle this? And,
Yeah.
if I can just loop Thomas into this as well, I've known Thomas for a decade, and man, have I seen this guy grow and change. And I stand by the fact that he is by far the best best option as a husband or father.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
but
Yeah.
and not that he has kids, but I just,
And producer and just keeping it together and like championing us. And
Mhm.
yeah.
One of
Got his
my,
shit
and
together.
I've told this many times, and maybe I've told it on this podcast, or I don't know. But one of my favorite Thomas moments was and I'm sure Thomas is tired of me telling this story, but it really does make him look so cool because he is. But I was being interviewed by a TV show on a stage after a show. They came in town, set up a lighting situation, cameras, everything, legit interview. And they started asking me questions about something that was not at all what I signed up for in this interview.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm not wanting to talk about this or that person or whatever. And I just kind of moved on. And they were like, well, but why don't you? Why? And it was like a real gotcha kind of moment where they weren't letting me out. And Thomas was my assistant at the time. And he he walked in front of the camera and he went, this interview is over.
What?
I did not ask him to do it. He took total, like he took charge and
That's
pulled the
awesome.
microphone off and he was like, we're leaving.
We're done here.
And I just looked back at him and I was like, nicely done.
That's
Oh my
incredible.
God. I was so blown away. And that's this weird curveball in Thomas where it's
Mhm.
like he's absolutely a decent, solid dude, but here is the boundary,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that was fun to find out.
That's
And the
awesome.
and protectiveness there.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Would
Yeah,
you do
thank
that?
you.
Would you do that for me and Fortune? Thomas?
Absolutely. Anytime
Yeah.
this podcast gets out of hand, I'll step in and stop it.
Yeah, this podcast is over.
Yeah.
Well, and we can't not mention you, Tig. Obviously, there's so many wonderful qualities. I not that this surprised me, but I have appreciated the wisdom that
Yes.
you impart, and not only on the podcast but in real life. I think especially in this last year, going through the different things that I've gone through personally, I've had some really great private conversations with you on the phone or on text where you are just a great friend and really show up, and you don't stop at just like, it'll be okay. You like give really amazing advice and, "Hey, check out this book. I learned this in my experience. I did," it's just like really thoughtful, meaningful um conversations with you that I've come to really appreciate, and that has helped me a lot. So yeah, you just really show up for people, and on the
Wow.
podcast you impart some really great wisdom, and I know a lot of that comes from a lot of the hard things that you've gone through and coming out the other end of that, and seeing you appreciate life. I've not seen anyone have such genuine appreciation
Gratitude.
for what you have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I
Thank you.
really, there are so many things about your life that I want to emulate or find myself unconsciously like putting on my vision board. And yeah, both of you, like me, you're heroes. You're both the best. I'm crying. I can't help it.
You
I was-
guys.
Yeah, it's all so nice to hear, but it's also equally as nice to say. And
Yeah.
I do appreciate my life. And you can kind of, I think it's human nature to think that you appreciate it and you've got a handle on, oh man, did I learn my lesson? And then life gets going and you completely forget that lesson. And I do that time and time again, but I'm very thankful that I have a well to go back to and straighten myself out and be like, man, I remember what it was like begging to live through a moment, or begging, please, I just want to have a kid,
Mhm.
and or even just to find a partner. And in those moments, like I always say to Stephanie, I'm like, I am crazy about you 99% of the time, but 1% of the time, I cannot stand you. And she's like, same. But
Yeah.
but I do. I appreciate my life, and but I actually am also in a point in my life where I feel like I need more guidance to be even more appreciative, because there are things that I cannot believe get on my nerves or that I dread doing. And I'm
Right.
like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
are the luckiest person alive, and you need to get it together. You know what I mean? Like
That's
the
just
weird,
human nature.
I know it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but like I really want to focus more energy on I guess gratitude, because I am grateful, but I would
Mhm.
like a heavier dose.
Yeah.
Heavier dose.
You're right. It's so nice to say this stuff, and what in your regular friendships, it's so rare that you like are like, these are all the things I love about you and I'm grateful for. I want to do this with all my friends. They'll be like,
Mhm.
oh gosh,
Ain't nothing
shut
stopping
up.
you.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
gonna do it.
I remember when my stepfather, who I think I've talked about stoic in the way of being, just like a robot. But when my mother passed away, I remember him making a toast. We had like all of her old friends and our old neighbors, and my brother and I had our childhood friends over and our families and stuff. And my stepfather was like, this is what she would have wanted when she was alive. And I
Mhm.
never did that for her. And I
Oof.
regret it.
Yeah.
And it was such a moment where I thought, yeah, like
Mhm.
you should write that letter. You should tell your friend that thing.
Yeah.
You should have a surprise party for somebody for no reason. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and just feel like, God, I love you. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
those are fun little things to remind yourself to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really felt it when my stepfather was making a toast to my mother,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very grateful at the moment because I don't know if you were wondering where I am, but I'm in my ex-fiance's apartment in Toronto. I had nowhere to record. I can't.
Oh,
I'm at my parents' house, and I can't like try to be funny audibly in a room with that. They'd be like listening and being like, "Well," and so I reached out, and she's out of town, and she told me where the key was, and it's just I'm so grateful for it. Like, and it's so nice to be around objects I remember from when we were together. I love
yeah.
an object and like
Yeah.
photographs, and yeah, so I'm grateful for that relationship and with Lindsay, and yeah, I'm not snooping. I'm not gonna snoop.
All right.
Are you
That's
typically a
gross.
snooper?
Well, you know, I'm
I
curious.
think that's a yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I mean, it goes back to your curiosity.
it's my innate curiosity.
Yeah, your innate curiosity.
Yeah.
Do a little peekaboo in her drawers, so to speak.
Yes.
You know.
See what's going on with her
Mhm.
current relation.
Is she home right now?
No, she's up in Prince Edward County. Like her and her partner live most of the time up in the countryside. But
Do you
have
like her
this
partner?
place here? Oh my God, yeah, the best. Yeah.
And this person was at our Toronto show, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
and yeah, Lindsay's
Mhm.
they both were, and Lindsay's partner asked a question
Mm-hmm.
at the live show.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and they're just gems, both of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's good that y'all are friends.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, look at us. What a moment of sharing. Sharing is caring.
Yes, 100 episodes in. I guess we have done 101 if somebody's going to start crunching numbers, because Thomas did put together one episode that was all of our, what was it, the greatest hits?
Yeah.
Oh,
best
and then
of.
also we did one where when we didn't know the format of the podcast yet, we did one
We did
with a
two,
guest,
I think.
We
right?
did, yeah, we did a couple.
One
And-
with Brett Goldstein as a guest.
And Otsko.
Yeah, one with
Oh
Otto.
yeah, where they
Do
were
we
there
still
for the
have
whole
those
time.
recorded?
Yeah, they're somewhere.
Oh, maybe
And then
those
we were
will get
like-
released one day.
Then we were like, oh my God, it's a nightmare just to schedule us.
Yeah.
If we then add
know.
another busy person to this, we will not get anything done.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So thank
And
God
we
we
wanted to-
pivoted.
Hog more of the airtime.
Yeah, we don't want no guests. Get out
Yeah.
of here. We got feelings to share.
Yeah.
I feel like it works nicely.
Yeah.
It does.
Our show.
Yeah,
our little.
I
our
love
little
all the
handsome show.
sharing of. I just turned 45. I know it's hard to believe because I wear a lot of creams.
Mhm.
And you'd use your depuffer.
I
And
use my depuffer, but it was a time, and probably because of what's going on in my life, where it just made me very introspective and just thinking about a lot. But I am of the opinion of, like, you think nice things about people, or you appreciate something about someone, like, definitely tell them.
Mhm.
And with my mom being sick, that definitely hits home even more. Like you're saying, Tig, about your stepdad having regrets. That's the last thing I want, is to be like, I wish I had said something to somebody or
Mhm.
did something differently. I want to move forward deliberately, and not so out to lunch.
Mhm.
There's been times where I've just worked so much where I've just been a little out to lunch, and I don't want that. I want to be very present and
Yeah.
tell people in my life things that are important and meaningful, and not shy away from stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you in the past have had a tendency to like just keep that stuff private and
I just went through a period of time where I was just working so much. I just wasn't just this, like, I don't know why. I just was like, threw myself into that and just was kind of coasting a bit, where
yeah.
I wasn't, connecting with friends like I should, and just wasn't taking the time to appreciate some of the smaller things in life, and
Like sitting on a bench.
like sitting on a bench. I wasn't sitting on benches. And I
Yeah.
just want to be more cognizant of I don't want to be a robot. I don't want to be just like, next show,
No,
next
like
show.
hamster
This,
wheel of
I got to
yeah.
write this. I got to do this. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's like that. I think I told you, and I've probably mentioned it on the podcast. But I just realized I was gone filming. I was touring, and I was just like, yeah, I'm working, making money, sending it home, but it's like I want to be home with my family doing the activities that they're doing. I want to
Mm-hmm.
go play tennis.
Yeah.
I want to go. Yeah, I want to go. I want to be there at the baseball game. I want to
Mm-hmm.
be everywhere with them. And
Mm.
I came up with like a schedule of all, podcasting, Star Trek, and touring that is
Mm-hmm.
really scaled down, that
Yeah.
keeps me working, but keeps me mostly in my life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And
awesome.
I'm so proud of it. I can't even tell you. I'm so proud
That's
to
awesome.
have those things in motion, but not ruling my life, you
Yeah.
know?
I feel like I'm still in my like hustler era. Like I still have this scarcity mentality of saying yes to things, but I'm getting better at it. And I'm like in my last relationship, I was like immediately was like, oh no, I'm happy to just cancel everything and sit in
Yeah.
this house. So I know I have
Mhm.
that in me too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah.
People used to ask, like, oh, what's your work-life balance? How do you do that? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do, and then I realized, like, I am lying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not it wasn't that I was like purposefully lying, it was that I
Mhm.
was lying to myself. I
Yeah.
had made no conscious decisions to shift my life in any way. And it wasn't
Mhm.
like I was never home, because I would certainly have the ability to stay home for weeks or months at a time. But I just wasn't really, really making the decisions that would get the work-life balance in order.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so excited. I can't
Yeah.
even
That's
tell you.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy
Imagine-
about it.
We're all a little obsessed with Tig's cats, especially Fluff. If you watch our video podcast closely, you might see the occasional cat-shaped shadow flitting past Tig's glass door. Tig loves her cats, and our next partner has had a huge impact on their lives. That's right. We're talking about Smalls.
Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. All of Tig's cats have been loving Smalls as a fresh topper on their existing food, and Smalls also means fewer hairballs, more balanced energy, a softer and shinier fur coat, and, this is a big one, a less stinky litter box.
After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. And for a limited time only, because you're a handsome listener, you can get 60% off your first Smalls order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/handsome. That's 60% off when you head to smalls.com/handsome plus free shipping. Again, that's smalls.com/handsome. Everyone knows that nicotine is addictive. So when you're trying to make a healthy change in your life by quitting, our new sponsor Jones can help, because quitting nicotine isn't just about cravings, it's a lifestyle shift. You don't want to ditch your morning coffee routine, late night hangs, or going out with friends just because you're battling cravings. And Jones gets that.
Jones makes nicotine mints that you can pop in while everyone else steps out for a smoke break, so you can keep your breath fresh while you work on quitting nicotine. Their free behavioral support app comes with Quittle, a 1-minute game proven to take your mind off the urge.
Go over to Jones's website, take the quiz, get the mints, then use their app to build streaks and stay motivated. If you're ready to take a step towards quitting or even just cutting back, check out Quit with Jones. Visit quitwithjones.com/handsome to take the free quiz and get $10 off your personalized quitting journey. That's quitwithjones.com/handsome. Your journey starts now. Thanks to Quit with Jones for sponsoring this episode. Just a heads up, the mints contain nicotine, which is an addictive chemical. Jones is FDA approved and available for those that are 18 and older.
Imagine if this was the first episode of the pod someone listened to. I'd be like, okay, well,
They really emote.
they really
Wow.
feel deep. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, they like each other.
And we have a new we do have a question
We
this
do.
week.
Yes, we
and
do.
yes, and you know, I'll give credit to Thomas. He was like, we had Sarah the first go round. Should we bring her back on the 100th episode? Because she really kicked us off in a solid direction.
A
Yes.
huge way.
I mean, that episode is so ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's so great, and it's just so perfect.
Yeah.
Because we do love getting ridiculous questions and earnest ones. But
Mhm.
and Sarah, man, she walks that line really well.
Yes, she
You
does.
know?
Yeah.
Have you seen her new special? Is amazing.
Oh, it's so
Yes,
good.
Yes. Yeah. She is
She's
nothing but silly and nothing but
funny.
like she's so smart. She's
Yeah.
just
I like seeing her out and about in the comedy world too. It's like you see her and you're just like start smiling.
yeah.
Always the best. Yeah.
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 Well, let's hear Sarah Silverman once again asking today's question for the 100th episode.
Hey, handsome, it's me. It's Sarah Silverman. I just wanted to say congratulations on your first 100 eps. That's short for episodes. I'm cool. Also, I have another question. And my question is, why? Why?
Wow.
There's a lot.
That could
There's a
apply to
lot.
so many things.
Mhm.
But I really relate to that feel that like
What comes to you?
Oh, why are we here? Why are we what is this? What's happening?
Stephanie told me that the other day, Finn goes, "Ugh, I'm so sick of not knowing things." And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, why are we here? Why is there a sun?
Oh my
Why
gosh.
is there? I just want to know.
Oh my god, I felt that panic my whole childhood and
Uh-huh.
teens, and like I mean, was it Finn who wrote that song?
No, that was Max.
There was no one knows. We don't know why the world was born.
Oh, no.
We don't know why we were born.
Yeah. How does the world work? We don't know how the world works.
It was the sun rises west, the sun goes down
It's
east,
down east.
which is
Yes.
profound. And then we don't know how the world works. Yeah. Oh man. But no, I really relate to that. I mean,
Mhm.
I know it's bad because it uses water, but I talk to ChatGPT quite a bit, and I often ask it like, what the hell's going on? And like, are we in a simulation? Are we, what's going on? Do you want to hear what well, I just Googled, why is the world the way it is? You want to hear what it says?
Well, yeah, but
Sure.
you're destroying the world a little bit by asking, but go on.
I know. Well, that's part of this duality we live in. Like,
Yes.
how do we live in the world and participate in it when it's such a mess and all the systems are so damaging? Okay, so it says, the world is the way it is due to a combination of natural processes, human actions, and the inherent nature of reality. From the formation of the earth and the laws of physics to the development of cultures and individual choices, a complex interplay of factors shapes our world.
Did that satiate your question?
No.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of just nonsense.
It sounds like a robot answered you, to
Yeah.
be honest.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know, you can put on different lenses and see the world in different ways. And at the moment, it really feels overwhelmingly negative, like world-wise. Our capacity
We don't
for
know how
cruelty.
the world works.
Yes.
We don't know why we were born.
You know what my mom said though
We
one time?
don't know if we were born.
That was my favorite line.
Yeah.
We don't know if we were born.
Yes.
Because,
yes.
yeah, we don't really have any evidence outside of our own minds that like when you close your eyes, everything could not be there. We don't. But my mom one time, because I was like, God, it's just, there's so much suffering. You're just born, you're immediately suffering. And my mom was like, but we don't know what the alternative is. Like, being is better than not being, as far as we know. And I was like, that's true. I guess I'd rather be than not be. But
Yeah.
That's a good point.
yeah.
I don't dig too deep into all these kind of questions.
You don't?
No.
Why? Because it would drive you nuts?
I just, that some things you can't be answered, so I don't drive myself crazy trying to figure it out.
Right.
And maybe that's a little, turning a blind, not to big important things, but just these like more philosophical questions.
Right.
I don't dig too deep into that.
Right. You gotta like let those questions sit loosely on your shoulder, because really you gotta get up and have breakfast and have a shower and live your life. But man,
When I was a kid, and I've probably mentioned this before, but like I used to really, really think that if I grabbed a pack of smokes, headed off into the woods, and sat on like a little rock, like a, boulder, I could really figure out the
yeah, like Siddhartha, like the
answer
Buddhist,
to.
he sat under the lotus tree, and yeah.
I really thought I was going to come up with like the answer to how the world works and why we're here and what this is all about, but I never did, unfortunately. But I have to say, one of my big whys that's going on for me right now is, and I guess the answer to my big why it would be going directly to specific people and sitting down and asking them why. But I've had a handful of friends that have really veered off from what I thought was similar thinking, socially, politically, and they've really veered off. And I think part of my why is also, why didn't you just share that you were heading off in a different direction? Like, why? Because everybody is kind of left wondering why. What happened? Like, what? Why? It goes back to the why. And it could be a different feeling if somebody was like, hey, this is kind of weird, but I didn't feel this way before. And here's what's something in me has really shifted. And not that I'd be all for that, but it would be more understandable.
Yeah, because you would think that if their convictions had really changed and you're their friend, you'd think that they would
want
come
to share
to you
that.
and they'd say, hey, I think you got it wrong and come with me. Like, But they don't
Yeah.
ever do
But
that.
do you think they're aware that they've shifted so much in
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
in Nantucket. I was having my brunch like at the hotel restaurant or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and it was just one other table next to me, and I didn't have my phone with me or anything, so I was just listening to their conversations, and it was like a cartoon of like they went through everything from like trans people are bad, like, you know, women are dumb, like immigration, like they went through everything, and they were getting revved up. It was a couple, like three couples,
Uh-huh.
sort of older couples, and but I was like, what's going on here? Because they were really enjoying, they were fueling each other, and but they were really connecting over it and being like, God, it's hard. It's so hard. They were like, they, them, like, it doesn't make sense. God, it's hard. It's just hard. And they were like, and I was like, where is this coming from? Because I could feel their like panic or fear. And then I
Which
could
is wild because it's on like, in what way does that affect them at all?
completely, yeah. And you can always hear them be like, oh yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know, if someone called me a they, I'd tell them where they could stick it. And it's like, you just did it. You just said they. But then yeah, I felt like that they were finding community over it too. And so I guess it is just like these things come in waves and cycles, and like the sense, maybe it's the same existential fear that we're all feeling, and that just people's solution is just to build up their walls and grab what's theirs, and you know what I mean?
think, yeah. I mean, because it is true. It's like if I had a major shift in the way I was going about my life. And of course, people have shifts, and you change the way you're thinking, and you change, I mean, even down to comedy. Like look at Sarah Silverman. I mean, her material has shifted so much over the years, you know, where she's even had moments of saying like, oh, hey, this didn't age well. But she's keeping you in conversation. Like, oh, I've learned this. I've changed. I've gone in this direction. Or, oh, I said this the wrong way, or I apologize, or I do it better now. Or I'm, you know, like she really keeps you in conversation.
Yeah.
And then there are, like I said, if I made a massive shift and did not fill in anybody on where this came from, and I just went with it, so far away from where I was planted with the people I was growing with, you know. And again, it's like it's okay to change, and it's okay to say that you have different ideas, or that, you know, but just like, why?
But that's
Where? What? Like, give us some more
like,
information. Stay in conversation.
I know,
you
because
know?
the fact that like Sarah's series, I Love You America, was she was really talking to people, and I it's like I know the work shouldn't fall on us to always build bridges and bring people, but I don't know, but often when you do engage in conversations with people whose thoughts on human rights and things like are so different from your own, they do come around. They haven't.
But then there are, like I'm saying, people that
you
thought were on that side of things, and then that you see them drifting away, and with they're not staying in conversation. I would want to explain myself if I was seeing the light, I thought, that was so different from the world I was in.
Yeah.
I guess I can compare it to veganism if you want like a comparison. It's like I saw the light. You can think I'm weird. You cannot follow what I'm doing, but I'm going to talk you through how I got here. And I know it's very different, but I'm saying that people make massive shifts, and just explain what happened. Like where is this coming from? And what sent you in that direction?
Yeah, because the fact that that people are reluctant to do that makes it seem like there is some awareness somewhere, or shame about it.
Shame. Yes.
Yeah, that they are aware that they are punching down or
Yes, if you slither away quietly, there is shame.
There's shame for sure.
There is shame. There is shame.
Yeah.
If you are slithering away, there is shame.
But it's the same like when people break up and
Mm-hmm.
they can't talk to you about it, or like or if you've ever been ghosted or broken up with, where it's just like, this isn't working. It's often they can't talk about it because they know
face
that
it.
Well, I had an experience with somebody recently where there was some weirdness in the air, and I was like, I'm going to go up and just say, hey, there's some stuff going on, obviously. Would love to talk to you about it. And she was kind of defensive and weird. And we were in this like group situation, and she avoided me the rest of the time. And I thought, if somebody came up to me and said, I'd like to talk to you, I would follow back up with that.
Hash it out, yeah.
I would be like, hey, so what is it that's going on? What was that? I would not slither away.
I think not everybody's capable of that emotional level of, communication.
Yeah, right. I walked away from that going, man, like, why on earth would you slither away and avoid me if there wasn't any shame in there?
And I guess part of it, like, I think I take responsibility too for sometimes you have to make which I think you do take, but in general, like, we have to make it an environment where it's safe to ask questions and safe for people to express themselves, and not feel like they're going to immediately get called, a bigot because they don't understand they, them, like, we gotta, but.
Well, in this
you mean
particular,
like giving people grace?
Yeah, totally. Oh my God. Yeah. Like
in this particular conversation, I truly went up. We were like kind of giving each other awkward smiles, like, hi, because there was obviously something to discuss. And then that's when I was like, hey, so I'd love to talk to you about the,
elephant in the room.
Yeah. And slither. So anyway, that all goes back to why stop slithering.
There's been a lot of whys, I think, since COVID times. So much. I was thinking about that today, just like this pre and post COVID world, things just so significantly shifted.
Yeah,
they really did. And it would have been nice if it was a moment where that would have unified us as human beings. And it does feel like people just went to their little caves and went online and got radicalized a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, got into podcasts.
Yeah.
Just started taking in podcasts and stopped talking to people. But keep on doing that. Keep supporting the show. We're glad you listen. And Sarah does not have a follow-up answer when I asked her.
Oh no, I was hoping she
doesn't have any answers for us.
She said that it's an open-ended why. It's for everything and anything, which I think is perfect. That works.
Very timely. And I will say I really admire that about Sarah, her fluidity in terms of her and transparency about her journey as a person. I hope I do that. I just think we should all aspire to just, as we get older, because no doubt the younger generations, there are going to be things that I do not understand or that I immediately feel defensive about. There's all kinds of things probably now. And it's just, we got to keep talking to young people and keep learning and talking to people. And
and we gotta keep being silly at times too.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's all
and
we
have some levity because we're gonna have a lot of whys and a lot of and a lot of frustrations and keeping it. Obviously, these things are important and you gotta take them seriously, but also taking time to let the air out of the tires for a minute. And
oh my gosh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
People I hear from people all the time how thankful they are for just like a break from the insanity of life
Mm.
and the silliness and the singing and the Fortune Marie and the Mayfax and all of it. It's like, there's obviously plenty of news stations you can go and drain your energy into,
Yeah.
but like, we'll touch on things from time to time, but in general, this is a nice place for us to go.
This
And,
is where you
It's-
hear about being a pineapple apart.
That's right.
I
It
sure
really,
is.
for my own
Celebrate
brain,
little
really
cowboys.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost.
Ponties galore. Checking out those gams.
Yeah.
Motorboating,
Motorboating, my friends.
cooters.
Yeah.
Cooters galore.
Cooters and hooters.
Cooters and hooters and pooters.
You need
Yeah.
to start your own, or maybe we could, as a trio, start Cooters and Hooters.
Cooters and hooters.
Put it on the list.
Well, yeah, put that on the
That
list.
list
Well,
that we haven't
we
whittled
will
down.
get to it. We will
you-
get to it in our retirement.
You know what? I was watching a documentary about the Beach Boys with my mom last night, and my mom goes, "God, their harmonies are amazing." And then out of nowhere, 'cause she doesn't listen to the pod, out of nowhere she goes, "You and Tig and Fortune should do harmonies, like do like a barbershop quartet." And I went, "Have you heard our theme song?" And she was like, "No." So I went on YouTube and I played the theme song, and she was like, "Oh, wow." So that's one thing we've checked off the list.
Yeah,
That's
well,
amazing.
we could
Yeah.
be what's a 3-person
Triad.
a triad? All right.
Triathlon.
Triathlon.
That's a
handsome
long-term-
pod.
Thruple is a
Yeah.
triathlon.
A triathlon. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
if
yeah.
you really, on your
Yeah.
deathbed, you're holding hands with two people.
Yes,
You did a
yes.
triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a really special episode.
It was.
Yeah,
Come
so
on.
full of emotion, so introspective, lots of philosophical wonderings.
And
Yeah,
a lot
man.
of why?
Why?
Why? Just stay in
Why?
conversation.
Yeah.
So was our 100 episodes. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah,
Congrats.
congrats. Can we?
And thank you, Mr.
Uh,
Thomas, for steering
you.
the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Thank you
thank
for
you.
everyone that's listening to this.
Thank you.
Awesome pod, because we get as much joy doing it as you guys have told us you get from listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
And thank you guys for me. It's a privilege to produce this show. And I feel like this, the podcast spreads so much joy, and to participate in that is really meaningful for me. So thank you all.
So why do we do this podcast?
Oh,
To spread joy.
joy. Yeah, I
Handsome
think.
joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of spreading handsome joy, I'm going to tell you where I'm spreading my handsome joy, if you don't mind.
Please.
Mhm.
West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center in West Hampton Beach, New York, August 17th. Provincetown Town Hall in P-Town, Massachusetts, August 23rd. Beau Rivage Resort and Casino, Biloxi, Mississippi, September 27th. Also, go to tignotaro.com to see when I'm working out my new material at Largo, Dynasty Typewriter, and Comedy Bar, bouncing back and forth between Toronto and Los Angeles. What do you have going on, my friends?
I got nothing live for a little while, I don't think. So yeah, you can listen to my music, or I'm gearing up to launch something very cool. I'll probably talk about it a bunch more, but I'm gonna launch like I do these animal paintings. I'm launching an online store selling the animal paintings, and 100% of the proceeds go to charity, and I'm excited about that. That'll be launching in the next week or two, I think. So stay tuned.
That's because you can't stop expressing yourself.
I just
Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop.
Yeah.
Can stop, won't stop.
Can stop,
Go on.
won't stop. Yeah. What about you, Fortune?
I'm going to Iceland soon, August 8th in Reykjavik. I'm doing a show there for their Pride. So if you live in Iceland, check that out. And then San Antonio and Houston, Norfolk and Richmond and DC, Burlington, Vermont, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Chicago, Salt Lake City. FortunePeemster.com for those tickets.
Well, there you have it. Please, should we say share this episode? If you-
Maybe not this one as the first episode that you share.
Share.
with someone.
Share your
Start
favorite.
with Sarah Silverman's first episode with us.
Yes.
Where she asks about cleaning undercarriages.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Solid episode. There's so many great ones. Share one with a friend or family member and bring them on into the Handsome fold.
And keep chatting to each other on the Facebook page, the Reddit page. Keep sending us questions for the pretty little episodes. And we love to hear
And
from
get
you.
your merch. Look at this fun, handsome
Yeah,
shirt right
look
here.
at that.
We have,
You can see
we have
that
some
on
of the coolest
YouTube.
merch in the biz.
Head on over to YouTube and see Handsome Fortune Face in a handsome t-shirt.
Well, you guys are awesome. What a joy and treat to do this with you.
Yes,
Ditto.
yes, it is.
Kisses.
Happy
Happy
100th. You both look
Happy
under
100th.
50.
Happy 100.
All righty.
Well,
Until the next time.
keep it handsome.
handsome. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like, to check that you know what team your kid is playing for before you start cheering during that Little League baseball game. Or you could just cheer for everyone.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That was a HeadGum podcast.